The Sims 4 just got a pretty exciting base game update, and one of the features is flared stairs. We still don't have spiral staircases, and that's okay. That's a battle for another day. But there have been so many times when I'm building that I wish that I could do fun things with the stairs, and now we finally can. So today I thought it would be fun to build a house and see how often we can use the flared stairs in fun, different, creative ways. I'm not sure what type of house I want to build quite yet. I think I want to keep it pretty simple. This is just looking like a giant big box right now, which I don't love, but you know what? I never do this. So maybe I roll with the big box. Maybe we could have some kind of like little front bump out, emphasis on little, but just like a something to make the front a little bit more interesting. One thing I'm not sure about with the flared stairs is if we're able to do them outside on like an exterior staircase. I really hope so, because I think that it would be really cute to have these flared out. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything new with the stairs quite yet. So let me just pop a staircase. Oh, I see. Okay. So it looks like it can only happen on full length stairs, which is so sad because I have so many fun ideas of ways to use like interior platforms and stuff and create cool little staircases inside, but it's seeming like that's not a possibility unless the staircase is full length, or rather full height. So that's a huge bummer. I'm not gonna lie, I did think that I was gonna get to do a couple more fun things, and now it feels like I'm building a house and all I'm gonna get to do is like flare the interior staircase and that's it. But you know, if that's what they gave us, that's what they gave us. I was planning on doing some really cool interior platforms, like going down into a living room, and the little staircase would be kind of flared as you went down. I guess I can't do that. I am gonna put a set of interior stairs in here. I'd love to have kind of a formal entryway almost. Wait a second. Can you not flare just like one side? Oh, okay. You can. Everything's okay. To flare one side of the stairs, you just have to hold shift. So it's just like when you're placing a roof, if you want to bring in one eave but not the other, you just have to hold shift while dragging the arrow of the eave that you want to scoot. And it looks like it's the same. So when you try and do both sides, it's not going to let you. So you do need to hold shift and then you can pull it out. Okay, you know what? This is cute. I'm seeing the vision. I do hope that you're seeing it as well. And then you're also supposed to be able to do something with the rails. So if I want left rail but no right rail, I can click that off. And now we don't have that insane clipping like this. This drives me crazy. Wait, I need to keep playing with this a little bit. Okay, I think I'm figuring this out. So when you drag these little bars, it changes how many steps the railing starts at. So if you don't want the railing to start on the first couple of steps, you can move it over, or you can drag it down and it goes straight back. Is it the same for the top? I'm sorry I complained. I take it back. Not the fact that you can't flare a shorter set of stairs. That actually pisses me off so much. But this is life-changing. The fact that you don't have to see the stupid railing clip anymore. This railing, honestly, this isn't too bad compared to some of the other railings in the game. But to be able to just scoot that over, that's huge. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased by this. You actually have no idea. I kind of like that the railing starts all the way at the bottom, but I actually do see an argument for scooting it over for the first couple of steps. I kind of want to do like a fun, fancy, modern-ish light up here. See, that's pretty dang cool. I'm not gonna lie. This whole entryway is like, it's just so elevated. Something about the rounded stairs, it makes it feel expensive, and I literally have nothing in here. I have a railing, a staircase, and a light. Like that is it. I'm really, really pleased with this. This was like a pleasant surprise for me. Now the shape of this house is looking a little weird. I won't lie to you, but I'm going to fix that. I had a vision of putting a little archway here and then a little archway here. I think that this might be like the kitchen or maybe like a little dining area situation. And then maybe the kitchen can go in this back corner and then this can be the living room and this can be a front little study. And then heading upstairs, we can get a little bedroom right here. Did I just draw over a light? You betcha. Maybe there can be like a nice big, well, maybe not too big, a nice hall bath. This can be like our primary and they can have like a little ensuite bathroom. And then up here, I don't know, I'll do bookshelves or maybe a nice big piano or something. Okay, y'all, this is a bizarre little house, but I kind of love it. I'm gonna do a nice big set of sliding glass doors out to our little back patio area. I think that's really cute. And I have a heavy blue and white thing going on, so I'm just going to lean in and maybe do like a nice white paneling. I think that we definitely need some kind of flower box or something going on out here. I almost never use this one. This is from Get Famous, but I think it's so stinking cute, so you know what? We're gonna go for it. Why not? I really wanna like this foundation so bad. I really, really do actually. I think it's super cute. I love the kind of detail that you've got going on, but like, what is going on? Why do we have 2 diamonds over here, only 1 over here? Everything is the exact same size, so I have no idea why that would be the case. That's okay. Maybe we go with this darker foundation because I actually think it plays off the roof a little bit. Is it weird to use this stamped concrete? Whatever, I'm doing it. This is a fun house. I'm gonna start with the kitchen. I love these blue cabinets. I think they're so beautiful. I'm gonna be scrolling a lot today. My mods are turned off, so my better build by organized debug is completely out of sync. So we're scrolling. We are definitely scrolling. This little room right here is our little like dining nook thing. So I think I'm gonna get a little round table. Maybe we can go for this cute little round one, and then let's get some fun chairs. You know what? These like painted yellow chairs are pretty stinking cute. So I think I'm gonna go for those. And then let's try and get some kind of rug underneath. Maybe this plain little square rug from the base game is all we need. I definitely want some nice curtains in here though. I think I'm gonna use the Desert Luxe curtains. Those look really nice. I guess we don't even have a wallpaper yet. I'm just going with this basic one that has a little bit of trim. And then I'm gonna find a little plant that I can put on this table. Something cute and tiny like that. Ooh, and then I think this plant would be pretty on this wall. Okay, I've carried that same blue wallpaper everywhere, but it's a little much in this room. I think that we need some kind of fun tile backsplash right here. This like crisp white one is really pretty. I'm also curious about closing off this space ever so slightly. Then maybe this whole kitchen can be these white tiles. I do really like that. Although now I think that these columns need to go. Let's use the happy birthday columns. Why not? We're using all of the other birthday stuff, so we might as well. Now I do think it'd be really nice to have a nice big fireplace. I want to use this one from Growing Together because it is in fact blue and I think it's beautiful. And I have not done the book nook trick in so long. You take this small little half shelf and you kind of shove it into the fireplace, and now this whole thing just looks built in. I love the way that this looks. Oh my gosh, I never use these lights. These are from Paranormal Stuff. I don't know if they really like fit the vibe of what we've got going on here, but I'm gonna keep them. Maybe we can get a nice big sofa right here. In fact, what if we did a little sectional? Okay, that's interesting. I feel like I gave myself a bit of a weird shape for the coffee table. It's almost like it needs to just be a tiny bit bigger. Now that is insane. Like this is maybe a little too much. Perhaps we only need 1 sliding glass next door. Let's think about that for a second. You know, I know that this is crazy, and instead of just like changing it up, I'm going to double down and I'm just going to keep going. I think that this looks a little nuts. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but we press on, you know? I really don't know about a rug in this space though. I think that I kind of messed that all up when I decided to do this weird off-center sectional sofa that doesn't even really fit in the space. Okay, now wait a second, because this doesn't look too bad. I just put two of the little rugs from Refined Living together, and I like the way that it looks, so we're gonna keep going. This is what I mean. You just kind of have to just keep pressing on, and eventually it'll all maybe hopefully come together. Oh boy. Okay, let's get some kind of nice accent table back here behind the couch. Oh, this one from Eco Lifestyle is kind of weird, but maybe it works. And then we can get this cute little book thing on the other side. See, this is great. I love the way that this looks. While we're at it, let's get this little paused book thing right here. See, that's adorable. That came together so nicely. All right, we got our little coffee table candle. That looks nice. I didn't really think about this nice big open area and what could possibly go here. So let's come back to that. I'm gonna throw some clutter into this kitchen. And we're scrolling. This kitchen is so gigantic. Let's get the little clutter that I never use from Home Chef Hustle. Let's get this plate because it matches. While we're at it, maybe we could have a microwave. We might as well get a super cute little coffee maker. Let's get a dishwasher in here. It's like not really near the sink at all, but you know, we're leaning into the chaos at this point. I want some cute lights hanging above the little island here. Oh, those are pretty fun. Those are from Businesses and Hobbies. I think that they're like hanging a little low. Maybe sizing them down just one helps. I think that that's really cute. Okay, this room right here is supposed to be like a little office, so let's decorate it as such. I love this desk from Dream Home Decorator. I never use it. Let's get this fun lamp that actually matches so well. There are a couple packs that it still shocks me every time I put them together, and it works perfectly. Dream Home Decorator and Tiny Living are two of those packs. They just work so well. And now actually Businesses and Hobbies has a lot of the same wood tones, so that's like dream team right there. Over here on this side of the office, I kind of want to get an activity, but I would actually really love for us to get a new chess table, one that is like plain. I mean super plain. Maybe in a couple wood tones, maybe a couple colors, but like no fancy detailing. I just want it to be super basic because I really don't like all of the chess tables that we have, and it's something that we use all the time. Like your Sims almost always need to get the logic skill one way or another, so that's on my wish list, you know. Okay, now looking at this bottom floor, I'm realizing that these yellow chairs, they're too much. I really forgot that I did that, and I'm sorry to say, but for the sake of having everything look neutral and cohesive, I am gonna change them to the cream color. I still really don't know what to do with this big open area, so I am going to continue ignoring it. I think that this little wall right here would benefit from some kind of mirror. This one is pretty from Jungle Adventure. I might as well use that. And then in the little entry space, I want a coat rack. I want the little umbrellas. Gosh, I'm not really sure what else. We can get that little art piece. I never really used that. And then maybe we can get just a simple light to go over the top of it. Now looking at the stairs, I'm not gonna lie, this looks a little weird. I think that I would have liked if the wall had curved with the stair a little bit. Instead, the wall stays flat and then the flared out stair kind of just extends past the wall. I also don't know what that little glitch is right there. I guess it looks fine from the front, but I don't know, just something that I'm noticing. I said that I kind of wanted to put a piano up here, and I think I still do. See, that's kind of nice and fun. Let's start with this first bedroom. I'm thinking pink. I genuinely have no plan, just vibes. Maybe there could be two Sims living in this room. I think it'd be fun to have a little art table there in the corner. I never put those in my builds. Maybe these Sims can like horses and all manner of farm animals. I'm giving them two different nightstands. I can't stand the way it looks, but I feel like if I had a sister who I lived with and shared a room with, I would want my own thing. Like, it's bad enough that parents bought us matching beds. I would at least want my own little side table, and I would want this one so I could put all of my little things in the drawers. Okay, I'm putting the most random little bits of clutter on the wall here, and then we can get a couple little fun pictures as well. And that might be this little kids room done. I'm gonna quickly throw together the bathroom. It's gonna be super, super basic and not very interesting. Okay, I'm moving on to the next room, and I think that I'm going to go absolutely crazy. I think this house is so weird, and so I'm just gonna lean in, and this is gonna be like a teen boys room, and it's gonna be just a lot. I feel like as a teen, you kind of have to have a little desk set up, so I'm gonna give this teen one. Maybe they're a streamer. We can give them like a cool chair and stuff. I'm really just going in on the posters here. See, that's cool. Okay, I put the sports gear down, so maybe they're like a gamer athlete person. This feels like a cool room. Last but not least, we've got the primary. I'm thinking serene. I'm thinking peaceful. I love this like green shade for them. This bed from Businesses and Hobbies matches pretty dang nice, so I think I'm gonna go for that. And then we'll get a couple of these really cute little end tables. Maybe we can get some wall sconces above the nightstands instead of lamps. And I want like a really nice something here. Oh, maybe a vanity. Gosh, I never use the vanities, but how cute is that? Okay, I'm a fan. Maybe these people want to hang some family photos above their bed. I think that that's really sweet. And then maybe on this side they have a really nice tapestry. Ever since I rediscovered this tapestry, I've been so obsessed with using it. I think it's really beautiful. Okay, I'm just putting some little final bits of clutter up here. I added a little radio, which I think is cute. I do think we need some kind of rug underneath the piano. Okay, this is the most bizarre little house. Oh my God, look at the back. It's horrible. I need to like cover this ASAP. Okay, I put one of the giant pergolas out on this little patio. It doesn't actually fit quite right because I made the patio such a weird size, but that's okay. We're going to ignore it. We're gonna put a very cute little picnic table. We've got a nice little grill right there. Oh my gosh, this house is bizarre. Oh, I can't believe how absolutely horrid of a job I did. I really do feel like I was thrown off. I had such grand plans in my head. The second that they announced that they were doing these flared stairs, I had so many ideas. Like when I tell you that inspiration really struck, and then come to find out I was never gonna be able to use them in the way that I wanted to or thought I would. It's such a huge bummer when you get really excited for certain things and then they just don't pan out the way that you want. Obviously, I am very like excited and grateful every time we get new content in the base game because it's so necessary. And especially now, I really rely on these base game updates to keep things super interesting. All right, this is the finished build and it is so weird and ugly. I'm not even gonna put it on the gallery, but I will give you a little bit of a tour. Of course, we have our entryway with our brand new flared stairs, and I really do love the way that these turned out. I think that they make this house just that much more interesting, and I'm excited to play around with them in a little bit of a bigger build, maybe something a little bit more grand. When you come over here, we've got a cute little breakfast nook area, and then this leads over to our kitchen, which is nice and blue. And then we've got this really long open area that I never did anything with. And then of course, we've got our little living room space, and then off to the side here is our little office area. Then when you come upstairs, we've got a nice grand piano. Our primary bedroom has a little vanity and they've got their own bathroom. And then we've got dark and moody teen room. We've got a nice shared bathroom and then a little little room with 2 kids' beds in here. And then on the back patio, I just put a little grill and a picnic table and one of those pergolas to cover up the fact that none of the windows line up and it's extremely, extremely ugly. And that's the finished build. Overall, I was so excited about this update. I think I am a little disappointed. There are certain things that I'm so over the moon about, and then there's other things that really just didn't hit the mark for me. I think only being able to flare out the stairs on a full height staircase is such a huge bummer, but I am excited about the fact that you can get really specific with certain railings. So many of the railings in this game will clip into the wall. So to be able to eliminate that problem completely by selecting which railing you want to show is huge. And the fact that you can change how far up the railing starts and stops, all of that is so cool, and I'm really excited to play around with it a little bit more. But you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think the whole flared stairs thing is cool. I know why they did it. It's because there's a new pack coming out that's all about royalty, and so they want you to be able to build these really cool castles and things. But I hope that showing this feature in a regular house kind of shows you that you can use it anywhere. I think now this entryway looks 10 times better because it's got a little bit more detail to it. I do want to look at the staircase in a little bit of a different capacity, so I'm pulling up a build that I did forever ago for a shell challenge. So this is a staircase just in the dead center of a room here. I think I might need to scoot these things out of the way. Okay, see, that's really cool. I absolutely love the way that this looks. It just adds a little something. Again, I don't like looking at it from the back. You've got this weird glitch here. I don't know what that is, but this just looks so nice. And then adding a nice railing really just adds something as well. I really do think that this is a super cool feature. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about this base game update. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content from me, I post every single week, so feel free to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.